We are live. It is Monday evening in the beautiful, most cosmopolitan area in the world. I think I'm getting really, really irritated beyond anything usual. I just, it's not a get off my lawn moment. It's a phase where I become so just clearly annoyed at what I see as incompetency and out and out failure. And it dismays me. I know. Maybe I need to go out and I need a woman who is blind to make love to me. And, I'll tell her that I look like George Clooney. So some fucking moron, one of my people who allegedly follows me, sends me an email with a link. Looks like you're wrong again. I said a little while ago that apparently there's this whole talk of a ceasefire is bullshit. At least Iran says so. Now, look, I know their supreme leader is holed up in some bunker. And, he's very limited communication means, and that's being very kind. And the truth is, nobody knows what the hell is going on. Okay, Trump, I'll give him credit. I gave him credit about what he pulled off. And it was a very calculated strike. It was very, very successful by all accounts. Intelligence from the Israeli side, the Mossad, whom I trust, and the CIA, and whatever sources are saying that it was a very, very successful military operation. These people say, we're going to war. Folks, they took out, and we don't know the specifics yet, but they took out the main operational target. And that was Fordo, where you had all these things underneath, these uranium enriched utensils. And that was their main thing. The Israelis are doing everything else. They bombed the other sites. I'm going to believe it for the moment because I don't think the Mossad is going to screw around. I really don't, nor our CIA. Anyway, so this asshole looks like you got it wrong. No, I didn't get it wrong. I commented on the fact that there was a ceasefire announced. I hate that word ceasefire too, by the way. Can we have a ceasefire that extends beyond an hour or a day or 2 days or 3 days before we say that stupid word ceasefire? I infer that anybody who believes that Iran, the supreme leader, even though he's holed up in some bunker and probably most of the people want him the hell out, and that's true, the Iranian people, anybody to suggest that there's been an actual ceasefire and that they've agreed to it don't know crap. They've been screwing with us for the past 50 years. Hostages at our embassy in 1980 that began in 1979. They killed almost 300 of our Marines in Beirut in 1983. They have proxies all over the Middle East and beyond, including China, including Russia, North Korea, that have aided and assisted in spreading mayhem all over the world, most notably the Middle East, and referring to the United States as the Great Satan and Israel as Little Satan. So I'm not going to believe suddenly they're going to have a ceasefire, or I'll believe it when I see it. And even at that, my first thought was when I heard this news, and now they're backtracking a little bit. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. What incentive? What incentive do they have to give up a ceasefire? They're already buried. Yeah, they did the strike in Qatar and all that. But do you honestly think that their proxies around the world, the so-called sleeper cells, you think they're going to agree to a ceasefire? No, because those are not the rules of engagement, folks. That has to do with conventional warfare. And their sleeper cells, much like what happened at R9/11, they don't deal within the rules of engagement. They're terrorists. They look for soft targets, like I described earlier on Monday. So you can even have an actual ceasefire. You think that's going to be the end of it? And that suddenly everything's going to be peachy cream? We can start, looking at Peter Pan movies? I doubt it. This is not a matter of wanting to be right or wanting to be wrong or what have you. I'm giving you the Rich Lieberman common sense analysis. And I've spoken to a couple of people. And had they even disagreed with me, I'd still feel the same way. This regime is led by mullahs who don't take part in what they call common sense and doing what would be natural. If this was some other country, not necessarily in the Middle East, where they surrendered, where they signed something, where there was an actual war, and they say, okay, we give up, I might believe something. Not with Iran. Not with what we've had to endure and deal with. I'm not saying we're 100%, la-di-da, la-di-da. I'm talking about the dealings between the United States and Israel and this country. Their own people, for God's sakes, want them out. This is a country, folks, that has taken out a hit on our current POTUS. They want him assassinated, okay? Trump has even acknowledged it, talked about the fact that, this is what happens if I were to get, that kind of a thing. So I'm not going to say, oh, there's a ceasefire. That's common sense. I immediately thought, what the hell? What kind of a ceasefire? And you know what? Watch what takes place tonight in the skies over Tel Aviv and Qatar, but mostly Tel Aviv. There's going to be more bombing and missiles. Now, I don't know how effective they're going to be. They might just be, hey, we're still here kind of a deal. But they've stockpiled lots and lots of those medium range so-called missiles that can hit Israel. What do they have to lose? That's common sense. Oh, they're going to get bombed again? Yeah, well, they don't view common sense, the Iranians, as a virtue. They view it as a last resort. And even though their supreme leader could be dead any moment, that's not going to end it either. You know what ends it? When you have a lengthy term of not necessarily tranquility, but just abatement. That's when the Israelis stop. I'm not even sure, and you've been reading this the past couple of days, that they got all of the uranium. What happened to this so-called enriched uranium, 40 kilo, whatever it is, that they're missing, that they could have hid God knows where? I'm convinced, and I'm optimistic, that essentially what they had to do, they reached their objectives. Like I said, I trust the Mossad. I trust our CIA or whatever, our intelligence. I believe that. But I'm not going to take, there's a ceasefire. Let's just celebrate. Nah, not yet. Not yet. And you know what? And this is my second point. Again, I'm going to refer to my ancient debate here, my argument, that here we are, this monumental story. And by the way, just something that I thought about today, I'm going off topic here. Am I the first to bring this out? What are the chances that Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu are Nobel Peace Prize winners for 2025? Nobody's talked about that. Well, you heard it here first. I brought it up. Anyway, Just a thought. But central point, we should have a vehicle to which we can talk about all this, make points, make counterpoints, agree, disagree, debate, all this stuff combined, and we have nothing. We have the internet, we have going on sites like the greatest, and I do mean this, they are the greatest high school newspaper ever, and that's the San Francisco Chronicle. They bring you the best coverage, and their sister, SF Gate, the greatest place to find the best hot dog in the Embarcadero or the best burrito in the Mission. They are phenomenal news disseminators. You can't read SF Gate or sfchronicle.com if you're interested in the juiciest hamburger in the world. You got to read SF Chronicle. They are terrific. They are the best high school newspaper in the world. Because I know when I'm watching and thinking about what's taking place in the Middle East, I want the best burger. Maybe on a Monday night or maybe tomorrow night. I want a juicy burrito. Because you just don't get any talk of burritos or the best hamburger or the best whatever on SFGate or sfchronicle.com. They are all the news that fits the print. No, that's the other guys. You get my point. So it's Monday, and I want to thank a few people, but I haven't been able to mention their names yet, who made not only a subscription donation, but went way above and beyond. And I want to get the person's permission to use his name because he's actually a very significant person. But before I do that, I have to get his permission. Some of you also, you have subscribed and you've become paid subscribers. And albeit it wasn't a lengthy amount of subscriptions, there is still time. If I can get just 4 or 5, with 10 being absolutely fantastic, paid subscriptions, which cost folks $15 for the year, $1 a month, as I keep saying, it's a quarter a week. Do the math. You become a paid subscriber. You help keep my site going, which if you're watching right now, and I know you're watching because I look at my numbers, not the YouTube numbers, but my Google page numbers, which will eventually translate to YouTube. But I'm not here to get paid or worry about clicks. I know my readership, my viewership is gaining momentum, leaps and bounds. I'm not bragging, I'm just giving you facts. Word is out. This just in, the Chronicle still sucks, even though they're the greatest high school newspaper in the world. If you want the greatest hamburger, go to the Chronicle. If you want the best purple burrito in the Mission, go to the Chronicle, whether it's SF Gate. Let's see, tomorrow, SF Gate on Tuesday. Hey, folks, we've got a major, major story. While you're going to the Middle East, you might want to get a falafel. And the best falafel in the Bay Area is right in your backyard. It's in lovely downtown East Palo Alto. The best falafel. You get my point. Wonderful high school paper. So if you can make a donation, if you have a dog, take a picture of the dog. You want me to post the picture of the dog, you'll get your dog or your cat, their picture posted. But please contribute to my site. Go up on my Google page, which you might be watching now. If you're on your desktop, your laptop, you'll see the PayPal icon. Click on it. I take all the credit cards. If you want to remain anonymous and not me bother you after you've made this donation or you become a paid subscriber, I promise you I will honor your wishes. It all is up to you. You guys dictate whether I'm here or not. And don't I look just lovely tonight? I'm Yul Brenner. Don't smoke. That's my favorite one. And then you got, I'm James Carver, and I'll tell you something, man. We got to start kicking ass because we can't act like Democrats today. We got to start acting like the Republicans. And Trump is just, I know he's in his final term, but man, he's kicking ass. And we Democrats, okay, you get my point. It's a multi-layered area of entertainment here. And I appreciate you donating. I need your help. Again, if we have working capital, folks, where we have some money on the side so that I can pay the internet bills and all this stuff and my lovely production background, then we'll have less pledge breaks. But even when I do a pledge break, I still give you information that you could decipher. One guy who always doesn't complain, sometimes, tells me he likes eating spaghetti and meatballs, sitting down at the dinner table and watching me kvetch. Okay? So if you want to hear me kvetch, whether you like me or not, or hate me, or think my head is kind of Uncle Festerish, bring it on, mother. Bring it on. So there you have it. Thank you for watching and making this site absolutely wham, wham, wham. I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm losing it. I'm totally losing it. But you get my drift. So I thank you. We will see you soon. Please donate. Please. Please. Please make me happy. Oh, please, please. Oh, Will Robinson, no. Oh, look at this face, man. My opening line to women is, don't scream. Excuse me one moment before I take a hike. Oh, so now we've got commenters on the YouTube. What do we have here? Sup, Rich? S-U-P. What the hell is that? Okay, let me put these on. I've never done this before. Look at these suckers. Hi, my name is Bartolo Shamangi. I'm an English author. And even though I've written a book that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, the fact that I have a British accent, I wear glasses, and I'm bald automatically gives me completely unheralded looks and opinions, and I'm quite the sexy guy. Women adore me. They think my accent is rather enchanting. I had made that up. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay. Sup, Rich. Let's see. Jay Belton. I don't know what that means. Okay. Who's Fosse? Thanks for all the hard work these past. Hey, you're welcome. I didn't really do much work. I just like everybody else. Is that? Can you redo that? Is it Razi or Fozzie? F-A-S-I. You're welcome. Let's see. Jay Belton. Let's see. I'm trying to read this. What is that? Common, everybody. Let's support. Yeah. Let's support. I'm not making this up. Thank you. What's your name? Jay. Okay. And then cheers from Fosse. All right, guys. You know what they say. Put your money where your mouth is. And again, you know what? I want to say something. What the fuck? $15. I hate to swear, but I'm just being an adult. $15 for the year. I realize everybody's asking you for money. You go on the internet, you go anywhere. Hey, give us this amount, give us that amount. I know a lot of you are doing very, very, very well. Some of you are not. Some of you live on fixed incomes. I talk to everybody. That's $1 a month. And I realize it's still $15. You're thinking, well, why use the, $1 a month? Because that's what it is, plus $3. And what do I use it for? I'm not going, folks, to the south of France. Although I wish I could do that. I'm not, running off to Vegas. That money keeps me going. It enables me to do a show. And, I've used this analogy, guys. Hear me out. Cheers. How much do you guys pay for Netflix? And by the way, Netflix is fantastic. I'm not putting down Netflix or Hula Hoops or whatever the fuck it is. They're all great. What do you pay on that? You pay like what, $10, $15 a month? I'm asking for $15 for the year. I'm probably cheapening myself. You know why I do it, folks? Have you seen all these ads on the internet? Speaking of the internet, Wall Street Journal, great institute, great paper. $1 for 4 months. That's what I'm up against. And look, I'm not saying I'm the Wall Street Journal. I'm not saying I'm the New York Times, thank God. I'm just trying to make it. And I am, by the way, I want to just repeat. Folks, survival. Nobody, and I dare say nobody does what I do. Not bragging, I'm just giving you a fact. Now, look, I ain't always Masterpiece Theater every day. I get all that. But I give you scoops. I give you information. I give you a little entertainment every now and then. Not everybody's going to like it because that's the world in which we live in. But I can say things without going off, cuckoo. Who else is going to say and call out the Chronicle? Who else is going to say, and it's all fact, it's not an opinion. They don't cover news unless it's burritos in the Mission and hamburgers and the best falafel in Palo Alto. That's news. They barely cover anything. The international news, our local channels. How disgusting. You deserve better. I deserve better. Well, maybe not me, but you do. What do we got here now? Cheers. Okay. So then we have Jay Bell. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, folks, do me a favor. Right now, if you go up, if you're watching this and you can't see it, go to my YouTube. You're watching me on YouTube. Go to my Google page and you'll see PayPal. You click on PayPal, it goes directly to my site. And by the way, you don't have to be a paid subscriber. If you want to just make a donation, God, I sound like Reverend Ike now. Pass the cup. I'm Reverend Ike. And tonight, I bought myself another Mercedes. And I got a Rolls Royce. And in order to pay for that, I need the money. Show me the money. I keep using Reverend Ike. Go look him up. Some of you know who Reverend Ike was. Okay. And I used to advertise in all the Sunday newspapers years and years ago. There was a guy named Reverend Ike. So if some of you out there know who Reverend Ike is, okay. $20, hot dog. Who is this? Oh, this is Jay Bolt. Giants game. Your content carries more value than what you deserve, Rich. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. You deserve it, Rich. Thanks, Jay. Well, Jay, did you just do the $20? Folks, people say, you're joking about the coffee and all that. And no, I'm not. If I had sometimes, well, most of the time, I love Pete's Coffee. It's like, I think it's like $6,000 now. But anyway, that's my kind of go-to thing now. That's my wonderment. I can't score right now. I couldn't score. How can I put it? My people have like asked about my sex life and my relationships and all that. Let's just put it this way. I couldn't score now if I was in a woman's prison with a fist full of pardons, Like I said, my opening line is, don't scream. Look at me. I look like it in a game of hide and go seek. And I'm not trying to change this into a comedy show, even though it's kind of a comedy show. But thanks, Jay. What do we got this? Somebody said, oh, yeah. Fozzie, is it Fozzie? Let me know. In caps, support rich. The whole thing with caps too. I guess Trump now with his social media postings, he makes me laugh. And I'm not. You know what? The guy is. I'm into comedy, and look, he nailed it the other night. They did. I like the guy at times. Sometimes he can be a little crazy. But anyway, with the caps, which I guess is called shouting, he does the thing with the exclamation points, and it makes me laugh. Okay, because that's why Trump resonates so well with everybody, and the liberal, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, mainstream press, they hate him because he's like a common denominator with a lot of the population, which doesn't necessarily speak great of the population, but that's the reason why he is so popular. And I don't know. The guy wears consistent suits with the red tie or the blue tie. I don't know where his wife is half the time. Why am I worried about his? I'm not worried about his wife. He does the thing the other day with the flagpole, this big, enormous flagpole in front of the White House, and he put one in the front lawn, the north lawn, and the south lawn, and people are looking at it. And again, with the juxtaposition of what happened the day after the flag thing on Saturday night, we're just getting ready to go out, or we're having a little schnapps, maybe a barbecue. It's the onset of summer, literally that day. And breaking news, which I got to say something to as long as I'm here. And I'm only going on because I see all you people now coming here to support me. And I appreciate it. There's got to be one schmuck out there who's going to give me shit, but whatever. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, CNN. I was going to do something on this, but you guys, you're out there. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. What is this thing with CNN and their breaking news? Even when there's no breaking news. I'm going to take this off. I mean, doesn't it cheapen the real breaking news? Instead, we've got CNN breaking news coverage. And this is what annoys me about CNN. When they do their jobs well, when they have cameras literally all over the world, and something happens like it did on Saturday night. And by the way, how did Anderson Cooper get to Tel Aviv so fast? He had to fly into Amman. Did he get some kind of tip? You notice all these people, they're important, high-dollar talent. They're all over there immediately. You can't get, hell, I get a problem getting a flight last time I flew into LAX. They're all getting flights into Amman, Jordan, and renting a car, which I'm sure that's pretty easy, hey, hi, are we in Amman? Yeah, can I rent a car? I'm going to drive to Tel Aviv. I'm sure that was really easy. Anyway, immediately, they're in Tel Aviv, and they rented a car in Amman. But you notice something else? I'm just saying this as factual. And this has been brought up, but these guys on CNN, they don't hardly ever mention it. Who is cheering the most with what happened on Saturday night? Saudi Arabia? Jordan, speaking of Jordan, yeah. Egypt? Lebanon? Qatar? Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, off the top of my head. I have no notes, folks. They were ecstatic. Why? Because they don't like Iran. And it has been pointed out, Iran is not an Arab country. You ever heard of the phrase? You guys have probably heard of this. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, you know what? What could come of this? Could there perhaps, dare I say, a new alignment? They don't necessarily have to love Israel. Israel's not necessarily going to have to love these countries. But guess what? It could reshape the entire Middle East. Gas prices could come way down. How'd you like to pay $2 for gas, a gallon? You see, and I'm kind of going off very, very naive, perhaps. There's a what's the word I'm trying to use? There could be incredible symmetry, you know. There could be a peace treaty. Who knows? I doubt it because I'm cynical like the rest of us and all that. But the point being, and I realize, folks, when I go off on these tangents, I don't pay attention to the time. You got to keep it short. Keep it short. Keep it short, Rich. I know. I know. I'm not supposed. I was ready to sign off about 10 minutes ago, and all of a sudden I looked over here, and folks, you people over there, you people, you people. I want to thank you guys, all of you. You've stuck through me thick and thin. I don't even know. I felt like I'm getting an award. The winner for the best actor in the 2025 Best Actor goes to Richie Lieberman for his movie portrayal, Thin Man. Richie, come on up and get your award. This is me at the podium inside the Kodak Theater. I want to thank my agent. I want to thank you folks for believing in me. I want to thank my other agent, Porky Canoy, who put up with me and allowed me to do what I do good. I want to thank my peeps. It was a lot of work. I accept this award, folks, because I am the greatest son of a bitch ever. Okay, that was my commitment to me. No, but yeah, I could do what was the Sally Field? You like me. You really like me. Hell no. We hate your ass. But anyway, you get my point. So no, I want to thank you folks for doing, you know what? Now, I'm going to go to PayPal. And what do I use the money for PayPal? Literally, we're at the end of the month. You got internet, high speed, all that shit. I love Pete's coffee. So my idea of nirvana is grabbing a Pete's, Women reject me constantly. It's just a fact. If I met a woman, let me give you my luck, okay? Are you guys with me? Stay with me, okay? Give me a little thumbs up because I want you to hear this story. This is Lieberman, and I don't mind telling this story because fuck, it's the real deal. It's reality. It is what it is. Haven't heard that one. So I meet this woman at this little coffee place, right? And nice. I don't go out of my way. Hey, how you doing, baby? You don't do that. It's been a while since I really dated. And anyway, so I meet this lady. She's probably in her, I don't know, mid-30s, doesn't have a ring on, is available, can see, is not legally blind. And we're talking small talk and that kind of a thing. And she's kind of cute. I have no chance, but I'm thinking, what the hell, go with it. So we're just having the coffee. It's this place in Oakland, up in Rockridge, called the Hudson Bay Cafe. And they get a lot of students and teachers. In fact, it's right near UC Berkeley, but it's definitely in Oakland, but it's on College Avenue, Hudson Bay Cafe. So I go there quite a bit. The girls, I call them girls. They're like in their early 20s, behind the counter. They're all cute. They laugh. They put up with me, so it's a bargain. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking again with the small talk with this gal. And so here's my luck. So she doesn't have a ring on. She kind of keeps asking me certain questions. Are you good in bed? Do you like women who have real? She didn't say that, but she's laughing at my shit and all that. So this can only happen to me. Hang out. Listen to this. Okay. Thumbs up. Okay. So you guys are paying attention now. All right. Smart. She's cute, right? Now remember, it's all going to get to a point where I bring this up. We're near Berkeley. Right? Berkeley. Alfalfa sprouts, lots of soy lattes and oat milk and all that shit, right? So anyway, I'm talking to her. She's cute. She's got these glasses on. She kind of looks like a young Gilda Radner. Remember Gilda Radner? Saturday Night Live. Remember? Had the whole cute thing. I think she got married to Gene Wilder. Anyway, they're both dead now, but cute. Picture some probably 30-ish, right? And she's talking to me, and I'm like, I'm just drinking my cafe au lait, which was way overpriced. But what the hell? I'm celebrating, talking to this, and I'm trying to be Mr. Cool. Like, all right, you want to talk to me? I'm not going to make you. So I thought, okay, what the hell? She keeps asking me questions. What do I do? And I have to kind of tell her I'm a TV star. No, I didn't. I was thinking of it. No. Well, I'm in communications. Are you a native of the Bay? Yeah. I grew up not that far from here. I went to Skyline. And she's asking me every goddamn question, practically almost like grabbing me and wanting to make love, right? So I thought, Lieberman, don't fuck it up. You got to just be cool. Back of my mind, all the while drinking my overpriced cup of coffee. She's there nibbling on her breakfast burrito. Yeah. It's almost like that, So I just said, what the hell with it? So what do you do? I mean, you must like older men. And, oh, I didn't tell you this, Rich, but you're really a nice guy. Oh shit, it's coming. But I'm a lesbian. I swear to God, that's what she said. So I told her, I said, you're not making this up. You're not joking. You're not fucking with me. Well, I just thought I'd get it out of the way. I said, well, I was almost going to. Only happens to me. She's giggling and this, and they get the coffee going, and I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to figure it. This is a date. I'm going to have some fun. Maybe I'll get to third base or second. It's like a Billy Joel song. She's like giving me all the clues, and you're nice, and you got your head. Maybe we can use it for something. Older man, like the Steve Martin movie with what's her name? Remember, he's an older guy. She's giving me all the indications, and practically. Rich, I hope you don't mind, but I'm a lesbian. Here's the problem. Yeah, thumbs up, right? I know. Women out there. There's no women. Here's the problem. And that's fine. We could be friends. That was the killer one. That was the gut, right? We could still be friends. I don't want a friend. I want a woman that will have sex with me. I am a heterosexual. I'd rather we be enemies. I'd rather you kick my ass, throw water on me, pour your coffee over my barren, bald ass head, and we fuck like bunny rabbits. I don't want to be a friend. I want you to have sex with me. I was thinking all that. I didn't say that, obviously. This is my luck, folks. This is what I put up with. And you're telling me, and people are laughing, but it's true. I thought that. I didn't say it. We could be friends. If you tell a man that, you might as well just say, you know what? I like you, but you're really not attractive. You probably have a very small dick. And she didn't even know I was Jewish. So don't even go there either. Well, she did, but whatever. But to tell me, and that's the kind of. So in the meantime, I'm thinking, this has got to be a joke, right? This is beyond Saturday Night Live. And you wonder why I go off on these tangents. You wonder why my fucking eyes look as if I haven't slept in many a times, which I haven't really. You wonder why, at my luck, I get shit that happens to me that doesn't go away. Some people get 2-week-old colds. I get 2-month colds. I get coughs that go on forever. I drink every fucking tea bags and this and that and the soy, and I stay away from dairy, and I'm coughing up a storm and scratching my head. And she says to me, I'm a lesbian. She could have just said something like, I really like you, but I just lost my husband and I'm not really seeing men right now. A woman once said that to me also about 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not seeing men right now. I said, oh, you're blind. It was a joke. But see, so this is what goes on in my life. People are laughing, but it's true. Honest to God, today, I was ready to do the hokey pokey, and I carry sound like Lou Ferrigno. I carry, that was bad, I know, but all right, look up Lou Ferrigno if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Folks, you're wondering why, this is what happens when you sniff airplane glue. But who else could have chit chat? And I'm backing down. I don't even want to talk to her. She's talking to me, and it was cool. I'm old enough now where, not meaning that she was gonna, get naked and screw me right there in front of everybody. But I'm like, I don't need this. She's cute. She's funny. She's probably now, in the foster home and mentally unstable. No, I'm just kidding. But this is shit that happens to me. So if you're wondering, what do I do with the money? I get the coffee. The coffee is kind of like my vodka. I used to drink, not heavily, but I had a little bit of an issue, which is one of the reasons why I had Frank Somerville on, because I understand some of us, we get into a state where we don't know how to sort of calm down, right? And we need things to medicate. I'm not saying go out and get crazy or smoke marijuana, which, by the way, I don't smoke dope. I never liked it. I never got into it. And I don't have anything against those of you that smoke dope. It's just not me. I don't like the smell. Okay, I never got off into the smell. I drink coffee. I, every now and then, like today, thought I could possibly get a phone number or get laid. I got neither. And she tells me, and she's, again, I'm not saying, because she's all over you because she was talking to you and giggling and laughing and all that, that automatically means that she wants to jump me. No. Been there and done that, although it would have been nice, Could have been like what was the one, speaking of, I think she won that award, Sally Field. Yeah, Norma Ray, where she, at the end, Norma Ray, remember, where she's in the Union Hall and they're cheering her, and all, maybe it was the Assembly, whatever. But I'm thinking, why does God have this? What does he have in it for me? I wake up, which is always good. I do this little show. I used to write before, right? I know a lot of you said, well, we like it when you write. No, folks, I'm just some fucking little guy trying to earn a small semblance of worthiness. If I can have $50 a day, and I don't, it's not the 50, make it 500 grand. No, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to give you guys entertainment. And by the way, that story, I'm not making this up. If you guys, as long as you're not an assassin, come have coffee with me at the Hudson Bay Cafe. I promise you, your cars will not be broken into. It's in a nice area. It's right on College Avenue. Look it up. And this shit happens to me because I am that kind of guy. I mean, look, I look like it in a game of hide and go seek, Look at these suckers. Hello. We are big. That's the only thing with Obama that I have in common with is the huge ears. But anyway, but the thing with the woman, it just, I swear to God, she said that, I'm a lesbian. Instead of just saying, look, I just had surgery. I can't, engage, my things are tied up or something, or whatever. I get the fact. It was basically what she told me. I used to be a heterosexual, and after meeting you, Rich, I'm a lesbian. It was kind of like I felt that way. So anyway, have I gone too long? You guys, have I gone on? Oh, people are LOLing. What is that? Oh, laughing out loud. Sure you are. Folks, the hell with the LOLs. All right. I gave you a little comedy show, right? Which was unintentional. Let me put these back on. Boy, my eyes are fucked up. Those of you who get pissed off when I swear, I'm sorry. I'm just being an adult. I don't swear to swear like some of these bastards doing these shows. Oh, let's get it heightened up. Let's just say fuck every 5 seconds. Let's see. Attaboy, Rich. Keep trying. Fozzie, this is my friend. Fozzie, what are you? Okay. LOL. Plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I like sushi, but there's no hope for me, Fozzie. I swear to God. And if there was, I would. Let's see what else here. All right, so go to my PayPal, right? And don't go overboard. I've said this a million times. $5, $10, because I'm getting numbers now off the chart on my Google page. Hasn't translated yet to uh, what is it? I'm called YouTube. But people are starting to get word of mouth. And look, at far be it for me to say how wonderful I am. I'm not. I'm my own worst enemy. And when I always say you're not going to get this anywhere else, look, I'm not Masterpiece Theater. I ain't curing cancer, for God's sakes. I've got a shitty backdrop. I know, with the Howard Stern. It's the only thing I've got. So, and my bed and my television and all that. You know, there's an expansive new house. You know, matter of fact, tomorrow, who's the guy who used to do the lights? Oh yeah. Hello, I'm Robin Leach. Welcome to the rich and famous Rich Lieberman, who couldn't get laid today and was talking with a fabulous woman from Piedmont, California, who basically told him, Rich, you're not that attractive. And even if you had $1 million, I'm not going to have sex with you. That wasn't kind of Robin Leach. It was more like Robin Leach doing Andy Rooney or Walter Cronkite, right? So I'm just trying, folks, to give you something to watch and do this after watching Home Alone with Rich Lieberman. Okay. So, yeah. This is what I do on a Monday, right? I sip week-old Diet Pepsi, but it's cold. I swear to God, that happened today. The thing with the woman. She'll probably see this. I don't know. Maybe she'll get word of mouth. Hey, that guy that you were verbally fondling. Anyway, that's what happened. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you got to be kidding. I almost, I laughed later on. I went in my car, turned on my car. It was great. There was no explosion. Anyway, so I get in my car and I started laughing out loud, LOLing in real life. So that's what happens to me. So I need this money to survive. I'm not asking for $100, although if you can afford it, why not? It just pays for basic, things that I rely on. Coffee, internet access to do this show, that kind of a thing. And I'll give you what I got. Some of yous are going to love me, hate me, think I'm sucked, whatever. Some of you might like me. I'm getting all these thumbs up. Then I'm getting people who are like this to me. Yet they're still watching. Go figure. So how long have I gone now? Could somebody give me a time count? I was ready to sign off and just give you an up-to-date on what's going on in the middle. By the way, again, how the fuck does Anderson Cooper get an airplane that quickly? How did he know? I mean, he flew into Amman, Jordan. And then the other guy, well, am I going away? I'm going all over the map from my rejections at a coffee place to CNN. Everybody on these cable outlets, there's very many people that annoy me, okay? Those of you that watch, anybody seen this asshole, this Jeremy Diamond, the guy with the beard, and he thinks he's hot shit. He's on with Anderson Cooper a lot, and he's on with the other overrated Yenta. Her name is Clarissa Ward. Is that her name? Who I think, Clarissa, don't be like Karen Carpenter. Every now and then it's good to have a tuna sandwich. You're thin. You're very frail. I'm not trying to be an asshole. She just looks frail. And she's constantly with this and the phone, and she's all over the place, Clarissa. And they all hate the Jews, pretty much. Okay. I hate to be an accuser, but it's true. Even this guy Diamond, what a total schmucko. And Anderson Cooper, here's Anderson Cooper. Quick impression of Anderson Cooper, okay? Watch. Ready? Anderson Cooper. Wait a minute. Anderson Cooper. Okay, thank you. We'll be here all week. I like Anderson Cooper too. I like the fact, I like this mom, the thing with Gloria Vanderbilt and all that. Okay. By the way, any of those jokes you use, you can use them no charge. So finally, am I overgone? You guys want me to stay on? No. You want me to go away? Okay. Are we all friends here? Give me a thumbs up. Even the ones that hate me, can you give me just some? You're watching. So look at this. I've never had a crowd like this. Oh my God. Look at this. You guys want me to come back? Oh no, please stay away. Stay away. Please, please. Oh, reminds me of, remember this? Oh, Will Robinson. Oh, remember that guy? All right. I want to finally read this out. Who gives a fuck about the time I'm on here? Let's see. Atta, baby, Rich, keep trying. Thanks a lot. Plenty of fish in the sea. That was the last. All right. So, YouTube, great people. I don't want to get banned. I don't think I've done anything. I told a very, very real story about being rejected by a woman who was, before she met me, heterosexual, and after meeting me, she became a lesbian. That can only happen to me. That's all. I don't think I said anything. I think YouTube, you love me. You do. You want me. And word of mouth, folks. Tell all your friends, your enemies, your priest, your lawyer, your rabbi, enemies, dishwashers, plumbers, hitmen, hit women about Rich. And believe me, folks, the money goes to a good cause. My coffee fund and the ability to pay bills. Jeez, what a concept. All right, I'm going to take a hike. This has got to be, talked about for centuries, because who the hell does what I do, right? Keep it coming. If you have feedback and you want to talk to me or possibly indict me, rich.lieberman@gmail.com. If you're a woman and you've been rejected by whoever, I am available for dates, bar mitzvahs, weddings, funerals, and yes, we'll discuss these. Please, just don't be a lesbian. And if you are, get it out of the way first, and that way I won't be disappointed. Okay, so I'm gonna go now, and see you later, alligator. Hey, thanks everybody, and donations, please. Thank you very much for keeping this place